Welcome to the One Church Television newscast. I'm Derek Turnquest, coming to you from the 15th Street Church of Christ, located in Pompano Beach, Florida, as we continue to keep the discussion alive and bring awareness to the challenges today's family face. The 15th Street Church of Christ is having their summer series, Wednesday night Bible study, entitled The Blueprint, God's Plan for a Godly Home. We had the opportunity to speak with the minister of the 15th Street Church of Christ, Brother Anthony Campbell, to find out why today's family needs a blueprint.
We truly believe that if we're going to build a house or any type of building or structure, we need a blueprint for that. And when we get away from the blueprint or the layout that has been set forth, then whatever is created is not going to stand. And we truly believe that in this society today, a lot of people have gotten away from, our society as a whole has gotten away from the original plan that God has laid out for the family. And so our goal in this particular series of studies is to go back to the Bible and really look out the plan that God has laid out, because everybody needs a plan in order to build a home.
With all of the subtractions and additions to God's blueprint for the family, we asked Brother Campbell, how is the family affected by this?
Whenever we alter God's plan for the family, for marriage, for the home, it's going to create a ripple effect. And so we can see that already occurring. It especially impacts our young people in our society as a whole. There are a lot of young people that are growing up now that don't value marriage, because our society has gotten to the point where we see marriage as being obsolete, or it's whatever man says it is. But when we go back to the blueprint, we can see God's original plan for marriage, for the family. And as I said, all we have to do is follow the blueprint. And I think in a lot of ways, when you talk about when we subtract from God's plan or add or pervert God's plan, sometimes we don't always see the effects immediately. But ultimately, you'll see the effects as it relates to society and the confusion and the problems that arise. So there are consequences when we as human beings change God's plan.
Minister Campbell said the 15th Street Church of Christ leadership realized that the family is under attack. And if something is not done now, many more families will be destroyed.
We noticed that there are a lot of marriages under attack. And we know in these last days that the devil is doing all he can to destroy marriage or anything that God has ordained or established. And so we see that with the divorce rate, not only in the world, but even in the church. You have a lot of families, a lot of marriages that are under attack, and they're getting divorced all the time. But that affects the image of the church. That affects the impact of the church in the community. And so when we saw this going on in the Lord's church, we wanted to do something to counteract what the devil was trying to do. And so that's why we say we wanted to go back to the Bible, go back to the foundation, and look at the blueprint, because we can't assume that everybody knows what God says about marriage and the importance of it. We can't assume that people know about the purpose and power of a godly man or a godly woman. We can't assume that people know these things. So it's important that the word is taught. And so we want to just take some time to focus in so we can strengthen and we can empower individuals to have a godly home and marriages that truly last, so that the church can make an impact in the society.
God's plan for a godly home started on July 8th and it'll run through Wednesday, August the 19th. Minister Campbell said they have a number of speakers who are knowledgeable and have the experience to teach on this topic.
Well, Brother Thomas, he did an outstanding job. And really, for the men, he taught us how we really hold the key. We are that foundation of the home. And when the man is out of order in terms of not understanding his role and his responsibility, then the whole household will be out of order. On July 15th, we have Brother Hugh Solomon, the minister of the Broadview congregation. He's going to be dealing with the purpose and power of a godly woman, entitled The Virtuous Woman.
Verse 30 says that beauty or favor is deceitful, beauty is vain, but what?
Fair going.
But he that feareth the Lord shall be praised. The right kind of woman cannot be bought. Her price, there is absolutely no price tag on this woman. The right kind of woman is priceless.
On July the 22nd and the 29th, we're going to have Dr. W.F. Washington, the minister of the New Golden Heights Church of Christ. He's going to be dealing with the purpose and power of a godly marriage. And we set aside that as a two-part series because of the importance we want to place on that. And then we have on August 5th, we're going to have a special family prayer service. We usually do our prayer service here on the first Wednesday of every month, so we're going to set aside that particular first Wednesday in August to focus in on praying for families, marriages, children. And then we get back into the series on Wednesday, August the 12th, when we're going to have Brother Kevin Jones coming in and talking about how to develop godly children in an ungodly world. And lastly, on August the 19th, Brother Corey Glover, the minister of the Hollandale Beach Church of Christ, he's going to be talking about the Spirit-filled family. And the title of that lesson is, As for Me and My House. And so we're going to wrap up things on August the 19th, talking about how to have a home that is filled with God's Spirit.
Many in our society are passionate about saving many things. Some are passionate about saving the whales, others the tiger. But we are passionate about saving God's traditional family. I'm Derek Turnquest for the One Church Television Newscast.